We got a new one. Apparently, shout out to Sadat for making this video. It says Insomniac is finally making a new multiplayer game. Now, as you guys know, there was already a multiplayer game that got canceled, or there's a rumored multiplayer game that got canceled, you know, during the whole entire crazy attack that happened in 2023 going on to 2024 last year. So, like, I'm assuming since they said they're finally making a new multiplayer game, I'm just gonna take a guess and it has something to do with, I don't know. But anyways, let's go and see what Sadat's talking about. I'll leave a link down to Sadat's channel in the description. Let's go and jump into it. Let's see what he's talking about.
What it do, Direct Nation? It's been an insane week for Marvel game fans so far. And today on Super News, we got some crazy info from Insomniac. We just found out the famous single-player game studio will have multiplayer in at least one of their upcoming projects, which has some pretty massive implications for their superhero universe. I'll quickly break down everything you need to know. First, Hulk smash that like button so YouTube shares the news, or change it to a dislike if the video was dog water. Real fans have always known Insomniac was built different. They have been extremely busy the last several years. They're on a pretty much unheard of run of releases, dropping 4 new games since 2018, with a 5th, Marvel's Wolverine, expected to release in 2026. By comparison, Rocksteady, the previous king of superhero games, has released 1 total game in the last 9 years. Unfortunately, the cyber attack showed people just how ambitious Insomniac really was. In addition to most of the Wolverine game leaking, fans found out Insomniac had been developing a multiplayer Spider-Man spin-off game called The Great Web. It would have allowed you to team up with your friends and swing through an open road New York, fighting off.
That would have been crazy. That would have been so crazy. I'm sorry. That would have been, bro. That would have been crazy, but I'm low-key glad that they decided to cancel that game, because the amount of combos that people would go off with would be insane. But let's keep on.
A dimensional invasion of villains caused by Scarlet Witch. Characters like Peter, Miles, Gwen, and even Venom would have been playable, but just as soon as fans discovered the game's existence, they found out Sony had canceled it, which disappointed a lot of fans who were open to some kind of multiplayer experience in Insomniac's Marvel universe, especially since Spider-Man 2 is basically designed as a co-op game, with the character swaps and active patrols by your allies, like Yuri. Though so far, Insomniac has officially resisted the urge to add any co-op to their single-player games. That appears to be changing now, though. Earlier this week, Insomniac published a new job posting looking to hire a new game designer. This person will be responsible for developing designs for the game's content, combat, and systems while implementing them in-game. But
that would have been so... They're looking for... Nah, if they got the same person from... I forgot her name, but they said they were working on a unreleased... Like, there was something, but there was something with a I forgot who it was, but like there was someone said they were working on, like, I forgot her name, but it was listed because I know it's weird because like they had I forgot who it was, but like they were, but like she said that she was like working on like a secret multiplayer, like she said she was working on a secret game something, and a lot of people thought it was going to be Insomniac. So like even I would guess that.
Most interesting part of the job posting was under the requirements. They needed to have design experience, mainly for level, mission, and open world activity, and be able to work on both single and multiplayer games. Besides the canceled Great Web, the last full Insomniac multiplayer game was Sunset Overdrive back in 2014. We know that Insomniac is mainly focused on Marvel's Wolverine right now, and will likely update fans with a new trailer at either this week's Summer Game Fest or the leaked PlayStation event that is rumored to be announced tomorrow and could happen later this week. But we also know, thanks to Peter Parker voice actor Yuri Lowenthal, who also leaked a new Persona game, that Spider-Man 3 is in active development, which appears to be backed up by other job postings. Wolverine is pretty far along already, so it's doubtful they're adding multiplayer to it, though we can't fully rule that out. But if it's single player, there's a very strong chance Spider-Man 3 will have some
Sunset Overdrive. Sunset Overdrive
will reportedly feature 3 spider heroes this time, like, with Cindy Moon joining both Miles and Peter. It's also possible Insomniac is adding co-op to some sort of smaller spin-off project dropping in between Wolverine and Spider-Man 3.
A lot of people are saying that it could be the Venom game. It could be that rumored Venom game.
2 left a pretty big story thread open with the introduction of Carnage, which was supposed to be expanded on in a DLC that continued Yuri Watanabe's journey from detective to vigilante that began with this city that never sleeps. So a co-op Carnage expansion, or even something like a Venom spin-off game that makes Carnage the main villain, would make a lot of sense and would be something a lot of people would be interested in. A smaller scale co-op game where you can play as Yuri, Spider-Man, and Venom to stop the Flame Cult and bring down Cletus Cassidy could be legendary. Insomniac could even be planning for something beyond Spider-Man 3. If Wolverine is as big as a hit as I think it will be, they'll want to continue to expand that side of their Marvel Universe with a new game. Maybe instead of a direct single-player Wolverine 2, they could go for a co-op experience, like Logan pairing with the Hulk, who has an Easter egg in the first Marvel's Wolverine trailer.
That would be
the
so
pair
fire.
have been known to cross paths in the comics as both enemies and allies. Being able to play as both would be insane. The most obvious route, though, is a straight-up X-Men game, which is perfect for co-op. So many possibilities for Insomniac here if they embrace multiplayer, as long as they don't go full live service. We've seen most recently with Split Fiction, one of the biggest hits of 2025, that there is a big market for smaller scale, story-driven co-op experiences. As long as Insomniac stays true to their story-driven roots, I think mixing in a little multiplayer is going to be amazing. But if you only like your Marvel games single player, you're in luck because 3 new story-driven open-world Marvel games were just confirmed. Click the video on screen to learn more.
That's gonna be crazy, bro. This is gonna be crazy. If they are making the new multiplayer game, I'm hoping that it's gonna be crazy.